Thank you for listening to the Content Magazine podcast, Conversations with Silicon Valley's Creatives. I'm Daniel Garcia, your host and the cultivator of Content Magazine, published by SV Creates. Today's episode is brought to you by the AC Hotel by Marriott at Sunnyvale Moffett Park, with 164 guest rooms and suites across 5 floors. Guests will enjoy a sophisticated patio experience and an outdoor fireplace and lounge that features tapas, local craft beers, curated wine list, and signature cocktails. Today we talk with Angela Ostermeier. She's the VP of Development for Cinequest. Do not think about how to start the introduction.
All right, well, hey.
So,
what do you want to know?
I'll just go. So, hey, Angela, how you doing?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited.
Yeah, this is cool. This is our first video podcast. So that's
first?
This is the first time ever. So you're the
guinea pig?
The guinea pig in some way. Yeah, so hopefully we'll get out there.
Okay.
But, so we're here at the AC Marriott Park. And actually, with Cinequest, you guys are having some guests stay here too,
yes.
right?
Oh my gosh, we love the AC Marriott and the Tetra, of course.
Yeah.
And they are big partners for us. We're going to have guests here. We're going to have artists here from all 55 countries or over 55 countries.
Awesome.
And so we're very excited.
Yeah, that's cool. And then they gave us a little drink, which
they did.
Cheers to Cinequest.
I've drank a little more than you have, but
yeah, that's right. I'll catch up.
Cinequest.
And he said gin and
a gin and cucumber.
I can see the cucumber.
Yeah.
Refreshing. Well, so, I've seen you around town, and we've talked a lot with Cinequest, and we've, connected on that. But I don't know who Angela is, like, really. So I want to kind of find out now, how did you... I saw somewhere that you said you always had an interest in film.
Yes.
So how do you think that came about? Like, how did you get a bug for film?
I honestly think that I've had it my entire life. I grew up doing plays, and I was Aladdin, I was the evil queen on stage, those kinds of things.
So acting and kind of...
Well, yeah, acting when I was younger. But then I started to really just become obsessed with film and watching storylines unfold.
Yeah.
And I think that I developed like an appreciation for behind the scenes more than rather being front and center. So working with, I did the Stanley Hands of Respect campaign. And I got to meet him, and just we did a lot of like little commercials and
you were more on like the production side.
I was I did get to sit on like a panel and ask a couple questions to him and his team. But I was more of the production side of things. And that's where I felt like, okay, this makes more sense for me. And I mean, I've done other things in different ways and worked with animals. I worked at the Santa Barbara Zoo. So I've done a lot of...
I saw that about the Santa Barbara Zoo. So we've got to come back to that. But so then you started getting into interest in films and doing films, but then you started moving to the production. Was it even like writing? Or you story write, screenplays?
I have always had like ideas that I don't know if I'm worried about how to put it into words on paper or whatever, even though people don't normally put it on paper anymore. But on
the internet.
Yeah, exactly. I think that eventually I would really like to write a book. I have a story in mind.
Awesome.
But I can't tell you because I don't want someone to steal my idea.
Totally.
Of course,
Zombie apocalypse.
Something along those lines, But I also am running the screenplay competition at Cinequest, so I get to see all these amazing writers come in and read their scripts and develop my own skills. Not that anyway I am a screenwriter, but I think eventually I would really love to write a script. And I've got ideas, like I said, but I've never spent the time to really focus on that. And I think after this festival, I probably will try to do that, a little bit. And I've talked to Kathleen and Halfton. They're super supportive of my ideas. So I think, it's great to be in an environment that wants to see you thrive. And
that's cool. So then, you got into the production, and then did you go to Sacramento State?
I did, So I was down in Santa Barbara.
Is this what they do, like the Hornet thing or something?
I never did that. Okay, I want to make that clear for the record. Okay.
Yeah.
But I was down in Santa Barbara, and I moved up to Sacramento for a boy, and and so I ended up getting into film there and taking a lot of film classes because I had already taken a few in Santa Barbara with Roger Durling. I don't know if you know him, but he was a big name down there. And I moved back up to Northern California, and that's where I just sort of landed. And
Where did you grow up then? Where did
Discovery Bay. I mean, I was born in Santa Clara, but
Okay.
we went from Boulder Creek to Discovery Bay, kind of bounced around, and we've been there ever since. So
So Discovery Bay, is that, and Boulder Creek, are you then, is your family, and were you raised kind of more mountainsy, water sports?
just
or
kind of, well,
like
I'm
sports?
so
You're not an athlete?
not at all. Like, I played tennis and got the most improved award. Like, it was atrocious, but I did it all 4 years, so I should give myself a pat on the back. But I
Or each year you're the most improved?
No. Like, I just was terrible. I was the first time, and then they just kind of...
Then nothing after that.
Exactly.
Sorry,
But, I tried all the sports. We had jet skis, we had quads, we did lots of stuff. My dad was a big motorcycle racer, and he had a huge Jeep. He would go on the Rubicon. He'd take us camping out there and everything. So I had a passion for that.
Outdoorsy.
I'd like to say I'm outdoorsy, but I also really enjoy like
city
hotels like this.
Right, exactly. That's
so,
cool. That's cool. Okay, so then you grew up in those areas, and then you got up to Sacramento, and then you started kind of doing, I guess, communication and marketing major, and then how did that then get you more into film? How'd you meet Stan Lee? And
oh my God.
Project,
okay, so
project?
I was so blessed to be in a class where there was that opportunity, because it was with a class. They were each year, each class gets to do a campaign, and that year it was Stan Lee's campaign, and the professor was really good friends with him. I think his name was Tim Howard or something, but he basically introduced us, and we just took a hold of it, and only 10 students got to go out, so I felt really honored. Like, out of a class that was a really big class, and then from there 2 students got picked to continue on, and I was one of those
cool.
two.
To continue with the Stan Lee Hands of
so we got to go down there and help during this award that he received. I think it was like the Time Award. I can't remember exactly. It seems like 100 years ago at this point, but it was great. We got to go to his house. We got to meet him. We got to see the Spider-Man statue. And
cool.
Yeah. It was. I was
in LA when you say down there. He was in LA.
Yeah, it was in LA. Yeah. So we went to, I think, the W Hotel, and then did the whole Beverly Hills thing. It was a great experience, and he was so lovely, and I really feel like that was the moment where I was like, okay, I want to work in PR, I want to work in communications, and do it for film, and do it for the entertainment entertainment business, and so that was what I thought I wanted to do. I thought I wanted to move to LA, and then I was looking on LinkedIn. I'm sure you're gonna ask me this, but and I kind of stumbled upon Cinequest, and that's the rest is history, I guess.
So were you in Sacramento when you found
No, so
Cinequest?
I had graduated. I was still doing the Hands of Respect campaign, and that had started to kind of, we'd done what we could with it and closed it out a little bit, and I was ready to look at other options. I had graduated college and everything, and I was just basically looking for a job, and it came about that they were looking for an events manager, and I'm like, okay, well, I've worked at Cal Expo, I've done Santa Barbara Zoo, I've done it all, and so it made sense, and I came down to San Jose, and I talked with Kathleen, and I got to meet Halfton, and it really did feel like, okay, this is the next step for me, and I felt like I vibed with them, and cool. A couple days later, they called me and they're like, hey, you want to join the team? I'm like, absolutely, no questions asked. I'm definitely ready. And
that's cool. And that was like in 2008-ish, I think?
No, in 2017.
I mean, 2000,
Sorry,
I forget. There's
how old are you?
Right. Exactly.
2017, and my positions kind of evolved from there.
Yeah, because you start out with events, and then now you're doing, what's the official title?
I am the VP of Development.
VP of Development. So
I do
that sounds like a
things.
lot.
It is. It's kind of just like the umbrella, and then like everything under the sun. Yeah.
Because then so that means you're working with sponsorships and partners, but also you do stuff with the festival, organizing like the soirees and stuff too. Or what do you do? What do you do with Cinequest? What's your your job now?
I do
a lot.
But yeah, but I'm telling you, I do love doing a lot. It's never boring. I'll say that. Totally. So I get to work with sponsors and partners, and I also get to write or work with the screenwriters and the readers. I do a lot of the red carpet stuff, like planning who's going to be on it in virtual settings, and then, not so much in the in-person because we tend to bring on a publicist to handle that. But trying to think of all the other things to do. I handle some marketing stuff. Especially these last couple of years, I've been doing. I've dabbled in some graphic design. Not great, but I can edit a photo and. Just a lot of things. And recently I've joined the producing team that we're moving forward and doing some new projects. And I've done some online webisodes called Our Takes, which is on the Creatix platform it's a sister company of Cinequest, and it's an online creativity platform, and that's been a lot of fun. Cool. And so we're in the process of launching something called Hitmaker, which we're going to hopefully bring forward fairly soon, and I'm going to be producing some films out of that. So cool. That'll be like my first real experience as a producer, and I'm looking forward to that a lot. And cool. I'm trying to think of the other things that I do. Basically whatever they ask me to. That's probably the better answer.
Especially for nonprofit. So let's touch a little bit. We talked to Hoffman actually during the pandemic when the virtual first festival was going to happen, which was I always get the
Creatix, Cinejoy.
Cinejoy, and the platform is called
Creatix.
Okay, sorry.
They're lots of
Creatix. It's Cinequest and Cinejoy. So then you were a part of kind of like the development of that process.
It was in the works for a lot of years. It was their baby, and I've just been fortunate enough to come on and like add to it, I hope. And we're trying to do some things with PTP online so that we can reach more youth. We've done a lot of these.
Picture the possibilities.
Picture the possibilities, PTP. And we're doing online. We've been able to do these like virtual red carpets, virtual VIP lounges, screening parties with filmmakers from like all over the world. So I feel that I've added to it, and it's going to grow. I really feel confident that it's taking off, and it's going to be a place for people to share their ideas and their thoughts, and then have feedback given to them. So
that's cool.
And validate that your idea is important and that your work should be seen. And so that's where the passion is behind it. So I feel like I'm hopefully helping move it forward. But it was not part of like the early days.
It's a cool platform, and it's kind of new. But so I guess with the festival, so all in person, of course, like everybody else, and then COVID happened, went virtual, and then now you guys are kind of is it a hybrid coming up this summer in August?
So no, August is completely in person. We're doing everything in person. We're going to have an outdoor beer and wine garden. We'll be doing screenings in downtown San Jose. Over 220 films are premiering. Wow. We're very excited. And then we're, and shorts, of course. And then we're going to go back to in-person event in March, hopefully, or April, one of those times. But we do want to get to a place where we can host online screenings, hopefully quarterly, so we can engage more filmmakers throughout the year. More work can be seen. There's more opportunities for them to share their work. But I love the in-person. There's some benefit to being at home and working in your pajamas. But I am a social butterfly, so I do like to come in and see people, and so
in person is much better. Especially with Cinequest, I mean, like all the soirees and the parties and all that kind of stuff, and then seeing a film with other people, laughing with other people, crying with other people, like
there is something to be said. Absolutely. And we also, of course, Silicon Valley is our home. We love San Jose, but we're looking to potentially, like, who knows where Cinequest goes. We want to, I'm not saying, like, take it on the road, but, but maybe take it on the road.
You've done it in Redwood City. Now it's in Campbell. Like, this summer it's going to be at the Prune Yard Cinema. Is going to be kind of some shows going on there.
The 16th through the 24th, we're in downtown San Jose, and then the 25th through the 29th will be at the Prune Yard.
Yeah, that's cool. So then for you, what would you say, like growing up and stuff like that, especially with film, what film kind of inspired you the most or spoke to you the most? I know there's so many.
Such a hard question.
I know, but usually there's something that stands out.
Okay. This is humiliating, but this is my favorite movie ever made.
Okay.
Do you want to know?
Yeah.
Night at the Roxbury.
I don't even know it. Night at the Roxbury?
Oh my God, you don't know that movie?
Night at the Roxbury.
With Will Ferrell and Chris Kattan.
Oh, really?
It is, yeah.
So it's probably hilarious.
Oh, it's so
like
good.
Like slapsticky.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, okay.
It's the best. You got to watch it. It's terrible, but it's great, you know. I remember being 13 and my parents got me the soundtrack and the movie for my birthday. And, you know, it's not like PG movie. It's it was a little risque. And it was my favorite movie ever. And that's probably not what kickstarted my whole, like, I want to do this. But it was one of those moments where I'm like, it's not just the movie and the story and the characters, but it's the music and it's the way that you feel when you're watching it. And I don't know why I'm like, oh my God, yeah, that was such a great movie. But it really did. Like, it's a moment in my life where I'm like, my dad loved it. My mom loved it. My sister, she probably doesn't remember it. But, you know, I
So it was kind of like more, because it was almost like a community thing. So like, something you guys could all like do like together or something like that.
Yeah. And
do you reference it in family
all the time.
trips? Like what's a line that you guys would say?
My
Like
God.
I don't know this movie at all.
Emilio, you know, like they imitate him, but God, I cannot believe that you don't know it. It's so, and then the head bop, like dun,
the
dun,
way he does,
dun,
Chris
dun,
Kattan's.
Yeah. So that's like, I mean, I'll do it whenever What Is Love is on. I lose my mind. I've got my wedding dance ready for it. And I'm not even dating anyone. Like, but I'm like, okay, prepared. I know what we're gonna do. We're gonna do that scene when they're dancing, you know, like that is, it's on my list. So, yeah, awesome. I mean, that's how.
And then what's the name of the movie again?
What? Night at the Roxbury.
Night at the Roxbury. Mm-hmm. Okay,
it's really funny.
I'll have to. I'm gonna get it on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's some other ones that really. Sure. I mean, we watch Turner Classic Movies all the time. My dad and my mom just like embedded in me that we're gonna watch westerns and Clint Eastwood and, you know, everybody. But that movie is probably like just, to me, it's
it's cool because it's bigger than just a movie. It's like a family connection and stuff like that. Yeah,
and so embarrassing though, because it's like, I mean, I think it got.
I know film snobs who watch this are gonna be like, someone who's in Cinequest likes
they're
that movie.
Gonna hate.
Well, I have to say, okay, so then just to make it equal, one of my favorite movies is not a very good movie at all. I mean, I have a lot of favorite movies, of course, but it's called Rumblefish. Have you ever seen that?
No, I don't think so.
So Rumblefish, it's with Matt Dillon, and I can't remember who else is in it. Tom Waits, the singer, is in a bar scene. Like he's like, it's not a very good movie, but I really like it. It's like something about, because it plays with time and it's black and white, and it's kind of fun. It's kind of like what's the Golden Pony Boy? What's
that? The Outsiders.
The Outsiders. It's kind of like that kind of crowd.
Yeah.
Then it's kind of Mickey Rourke is in it. So
really?
Mickey Rourke's like the big
sexy Mickey Rourke? Or
no. He's always kind of drunk, ugly. Yeah. Was he sexy?
He was at a moment, maybe.
Yeah, I guess for a moment. Not compared to like Matt Dillon, though.
Okay, yeah.
Matt Dillon in a moment, he's kind of gone down too.
He does.
Yeah.
I mean,
we all do. Look at.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know. I look pretty good.
Yeah, you do. But you're young. So you haven't had years of drugs. So anyway, so that's the thing. It's like, that's not a very good movie, but for me, it's like totally has something that spoke to me, and I like it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's it. It doesn't matter what the movie is, as long as it meant something to you. Yeah. And totally. I think that's what I love so much about Cinequest too, is like seeing, is seeing all of these artists come out and they're just so enthusiastic about their film. And, you know, I haven't seen them all, but the ones I have seen, I'm just like, wow, you know, you really created something beautiful here. And regardless of what someone else might think of it or say about it, it's something that's special to you. And that's what film is. It's like, you can create it or you can just enjoy it, but it's still something that means something to you.
Now, is there a film that you've previewed for this coming August festival that you've been able to see that you're like, oh, this is cool? Can you tell us a couple, hey, make sure you see this?
Definitely. Okay, so this is a documentary, so it's not really a
awesome.
film. But I loved A Crack in the Mountain.
Okay.
It is so beautifully shot, and the score is amazing. It's about the largest cave system on the planet. Yeah, it's really crazy. It's this cave in Vietnam. And oh my gosh, you just have to see it. It's beautiful. But
Crack in the Mountain.
A Crack in the Mountain, yes.
Okay.
And then Dealing with Dad is going to be great. I think people should definitely check that film out. Montreal Girls. It's crazy. It's wild. But Patricia Chica is going to be in town. She's the filmmaker, and that Q&A afterwards, I think, is just going to be fire. It's going to be great. Of course, there's opening night. Yeah. You know, Jim Gaffigan's going to be there, which is going to be super fun. And his new film Linoleum, I think everyone should see it. What else? I mean, like everything. I'm just trying to think of
how many. So that's the thing too. I'm kind of curious because I know like Nathan Zanan, he kind of like previews movies, and there's some other people that kind of. How many movies? I mean, because you're in the logistics side, so you might not be so much in the details of like watching films.
Yeah.
But in general, how
many get submitted?
How many would you view? Yeah, how many get submitted?
God.
How many get through? And then how many do you personally get to see? Yeah.
You know, it depends because it depends on how busy we are throughout the year that I actually get to see a movie. But I would say we get thousands of submissions. Yeah. And they watch every single one of them.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm fortunate if I get to see 5 to 10. Yeah. But I would say only maybe 300 or 400 get taken in. But when we eventually get to a place where we're doing those online festivals, like I said, we'll be able to grow that number and hopefully reach more artists and share more opportunities for their film to be seen. Yeah. But I have to say, this last year, because we've been doing some cool new programming, like we are going to be doing a short series at CZI, which is the Chan Zuckerberg Initiative. I don't know if you're familiar. No, it's up in Redwood City, and we're going to showcase a short series there. So I've been...
When's that happening?
That's going to happen September 16th.
Oh,
so
okay.
we haven't
like
really, we haven't really, I haven't had much time to put it together yet, but that's on my list.
You can pass out flyers at the Cinequest.
And
people will go.
That's a great idea. But so that was actually something that I got to get my hands on and look through some of the films that had already come through Cinequest that made sense to showcase at that series. So even when they play at Cinequest, then they may eventually be used in a different way. So we'll reach out to filmmakers. We'll say, hey, can we showcase your short or your film at this event we're doing? Yeah. And typically they're like, yes, of course. And then there's some that are just like, no. But that's the way of the world. So
that's cool.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing that. And gosh, I don't even really remember your question right now.
Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, that's good. I mean, I imagine because you're a little bit more on the logistics. Yeah, it's definitely a time to take a break, right?
Yeah.
For the gin and tonic. Cheers.
There we go.
Here at the AC
yes,
Marriott,
the beautiful
AC Hotel at
AC
Marriott. No, Moffett Park.
Moffett Park. Yes.
It's a lot of words in there.
A lot of words, but
yeah. So, what about for you? Do you have like your own kind of like personal vision and drive or anything like for you? What makes Angela tick?
Oh my gosh, like I said, I really want to get to a place where I am producing content, and so whether that be eventually hopefully my own stories or the stories of better story writers and storytellers, but that's really my passion is getting involved in film. I mean, at this point, I will hold the boom. I don't care as long as I am there. Which is a great job. I'm not knocking it, but what I'm saying, I can.
It's still amazing.
I have no upper body strength.
They have to wear the gloves, and there's people that stand there
all day,
and like, you feel like we're in the middle of tech world. Could it be a drone?
Probably.
Yeah, anyways.
But you don't want to ruin someone's livelihood here. Okay.
Like, that's really strenuous. Anyways, okay, so you want to get into production, making films, and even, I guess what you're saying is even help somebody else bring their film
stories.
If it's not your own.
Yeah. I mean, I have a passion for, I'm sure everyone says this, but like the type of storytelling that Christopher Nolan does, where it's just like so cinematic and you've got this amazing score and those kinds of things. Like, I just want to be part of an experience that people leave feeling like, wow, that was mind blowing. Yeah. And I don't know what that means, but that's kind of my goal.
Yeah.
Is to be mind-blowing.
Yeah, mind-blowing. Okay. So that's your goal in life, to be mind-blowing.
Yeah, so hopefully
I guess Chris Kattan doing this is pretty mind-blowing.
Yeah.
So maybe that was a big influence in your life.
Yeah, I'm
made you mind-blowing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm sure it was.
Cool. So then, okay, that's awesome. So then let's go through, just with Cinequest, I think we kind of, give us the quick little commercial about it. I mean,
pitch?
we talked about it. Yeah, we talked about it throughout, but just kind of a last.
I mean, this festival is going to be unlike any that we've ever had. It's our first summer fest. We're going to be showcasing, like I said, over 220 films.
Yeah.
A lot of those are having their world and U.S. premiere. Events with Jim Gaffigan and films that featured Gemma Arterton, Will Poulter, Karen Pittman, Corey Stoll. I mean, there's some big names. Amanda Seyfried. There's, big names. But there's also so many up-and-coming artists that I know in a year from now we're going to be like, oh, the next, so-and-so. Yeah. And then my little passion project, the Beer and Wine Garden.
Okay. Yeah. Tell us about that. I mean, everybody's interested in beer and wine, for sure.
Yeah, we've been so fortunate that West Bank has allowed us to use the space across the street from the California Theater.
Oh,
It's the Unzipped Pavilion.
Oh, is that what they're calling it?
Yeah.
I thought it was called the Serpentine.
Yes, so that's the structure.
Oh, how provocative.
I know, right? So we are located at the Unzipped Pavilion.
Okay,
it's,
awesome.
At 350 South First Street. It's open to the public. We'll be selling craft beers from Drake's Brewing Company and delicious wines from J. Lore Wines and Vineyards.
Yeah.
And food trucks will be out there.
Okay,
it's open daily from 11:30 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Awesome.
And
that's going to be the first activation of that, I think, because it's not. I mean, I've noticed if people are watching this, if it's that structure that's right by Original Joe's, by Addo Domini, and then of course we're our building and stuff like that. They've been building it, and it's been fenced up, so they're going to open it during. Is it the unveiling a launch party for it?
I don't know if we can call ourselves the unveiling, but they are allowing us to use that space, and we will be the first to activate it.
Awesome.
And I am so excited because it's going to be really cool. It's going to be amazing, totally. And I'm just super thrilled that they are giving us the space to work with, and we'll have live DJs, we'll have entertainment, bands, stand-up comedians will be performing.
Oh, cool.
So it's gonna be. It's more than just a beer garden. It's more than just a movie. It's a whole experience.
So then, for the beer garden, did you kind of put together the activities that are for that? Was that
yes, there's a lot of people that I could not have done this without Kathleen. I could not have done this without Holden. I mean, none of us could do it without each other. But and Phil Maresca too.
Phil's awesome.
He is amazing.
What's some of the comedians? Is Otto Walker kind of helping out with some of the stuff?
No, so we've got Jeff Applebaum.
Okay, Jeff Applebaum.
Liz Grant.
Okay.
Who knows? Maybe Jim Gaffigan will go.
No,
I'm just kidding. That would be great.
That'd be awesome if you did a walk-up thing. Yeah.
All right, just cut that and say it.
I'm going to keep it in, of course. Yeah.
Okay. We've had, fortunately, our publicist, she is super good friends with a lot of these comedians.
Oh, awesome.
So she's been booking several of them. The other names slipped my mind, but we are working with Tommy.
Tommy
Aguilar.
On Grammar.
Yeah,
and
so
Tommy
he's
Aguilar.
helping us work.
Charlie Brown.
So we're trying to book some local DJs,
cool.
some local bands, and working to just bring some life to
totally.
I mean, obviously with Jazz Fest they're gonna bring it's gonna be a crazy weekend, so it's just gonna continue for the next 2 weeks, and hopefully
that's awesome. I'm excited to see that space activated and opened up. So are they going to keep the fence around? I mean, if they're doing a beer garden, do you kind of have to do...
So we are keeping the fence around, but they're putting up some nice, what do you call it, like mesh?
Yeah.
So that, it's not
doesn't
just
look like a fence.
Yeah, exactly. And so we'll have an open area where guests can filter in. Of course, our volunteers will be out there giving world-class diamonds, 5-star diamond service, and smiling and greeting people, and... it should be a good time.
Awesome. So you got the beer garden that's going to be there in the new space, which is awesome. Films at the Hammer. Mm-hmm. Where else are
California, and Three Below, and then of course the Prune Yard that second week.
And the Prune Yard, that's good. Mm-hmm. Cool. And the dates are
August 16th through the 29th.
Through the 29th.
Yeah.
Okay. Angela, anything else you want to say to close this out? Is there anything that's a burning desire? Like, when I ever got interviewed at the AC at Marriott Park, this is what I would want to say.
Okay, actually, no, I want to mention because you are moderating the opening night conversation.
Oh, I know. I'm nervous about that.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you shouldn't be. Okay, so, but I brought this up the other day on the question that we should start asking.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, like a question.
Yeah. So I'm going to ask you that question right now.
Okay, and then I'll ask you back.
Okay. So if you had to describe yourself as a cut of meat, what would you be and why?
Oh, well, that's easy. Ham.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
One, because I have ham and eggs pretty much every morning.
Insane.
And ham, I think in the family, I'm kind of like the ham. I'm the joker.
Yeah. I can see that. Yeah, definitely.
So that's kind of like the thing. What about you if you were a cut of meat?
Okay, well, obviously, I've already thought about this.
Yes, of course.
answer.
So you have more time to prepare.
I am a porterhouse because I have a lot to offer.
Oh, yeah.
Very versatile.
Yeah.
And I just keep surprising you, I like to think. So,
yeah, that's cool.
yeah.
That's good. Yeah, you have to watch. I know I'm not supposed to. I shouldn't like a good cut of meat or anything like that. Probably would be inappropriate things to say.
Right.
Right?
I know.
But,
that's why I think it could be such a good question to ask people
Yeah.
because they're like, can you describe and like then you hit them
then
with that.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
It could
Well,
be,
actually, I was thinking.
It could be a juicy conversation.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Could get raw.
Yeah.
But so the thing that I was kind of thinking, I haven't done this. I'll keep this in here as we just talked about this too. But is to do that whole like that fast thing.
Yeah.
Like paper or plastic.
Okay.
Go ahead. So we'll do it. Paper or plastic.
Oh, well, plastic.
Plastic.
Right?
Okay.
Oh no, paper. Oh my God.
No paper. Okay.
Okay.
Apple or
Banana.
no apple. Okay. Okay. You like bananas?
No, I hate them.
Apple or orange?
Oh, definitely orange.
Orange. Okay. Apple or PC?
Ooh, Apple.
Okay. Print or digital?
Digital.
Oh, see, conversation over.
Okay, because I'm an environmentalist.
Oh, that's true. I know. We're killing the trees.
No, you guys aren't. You are
Yeah,
doing
we are.
it. No.
We're recycling the stuff. Yeah.
See, that's all that matters. That's
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I
Okay.
think that's it. So say goodbye to
Bye.
Angela from Cinequest. And her official title is
VP of Development.
VP of Development, and you can catch her and all of Cinequest activities from August 16th through the 29th, and that includes some stuff at Campbell. So thank you very much.
Thank you, and thank you.
Thank you. And cheers.
Cheers.
An AC Hotel.
Woo, yes. Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Find out more about Cinequest and this summer's festival screenings at cinequest.org. Thank you for listening to the Content Magazine podcast. Follow us on social media at Content Mag. Become a member and help us to continue to tell the stories of the South Bay's creatives. This episode's music is 408 by Jack Pavlina. Follow him on Spotify and also on his Instagram at Jack Pavlina Music.